tough game. Credit to Philly. It's a good football team over there, and they pretty much did everything better than we did. So, get back to work and get ready for Washington.
A lot of people view this as sort of like a litmus test for you guys to see, like, where you stand compared to some of the better teams or best team in the NFL. What does it say to you?
We got beat handily. I mean, just 48 to whatever it was. They're a good football team. Give them a lot of credit. Got to get back to work.
Coach, obviously next week you have a big game. How quick you have to get this now to review me and move on?
We'll go in tomorrow and watch the tape and learn from some of the things that we can do better and move on to Washington, in the afternoon.
What was your strategy for Saquon? Obviously, he started. He was able to play. Were you going to limit him even if the score didn't get out of hand? Or
yeah, we had I wouldn't say we had a pitch count, but I think we had a plan. He came in early and got his treatment and got looked at by the doctors and the medical staff, and we're going to make sure we were being smart with him.
How close was that decision as far as just holding him out versus playing him? Was that something that was...
No, he was good to go. But again, I just wanted to make sure that we weren't overloading him.
Half there, that was him. You guys take him out because of the game flow, not anything to do with the injury at that point?
Yeah. Yep.
What was the explanation that Gillen gave you on the drop punt? Did it fall out his hands? Any explanation there?
Yeah, it just fell, slipped. Yep.
You raved about Jalen all week. Were you surprised at what type of performance he put out there today?
No. Good player. Yep, good player, good team. He's hard to defend, and they played well, and he played well.
This kind of loss could be a reality check for the team to find out how close they are to being a contender?
No, I just think you got to get ready. You got to get ready. I told you before, when you're winning, it's fine. When you're losing, it's humbling. You lose like this, you own it. You don't make any excuses. They played well, and we get to, have an opportunity to get ready and play a big game on Sunday night.
Brian, the execution obviously wasn't what you wanted, but were you okay with the effort part of it?
Yeah, I think the guys strain. They give effort. Look, they got off to a good fast start, which they normally do, which is not how you want to play against that team, and certainly competed. But they kept making plays. We kept giving them opportunities. Some short fields in the kicking game, whether it was a drop punt or a return. So the guys are busting their tail. We just gotta do a little bit better.
Brian, on the Gillen play, what is he coached to do in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, I think he tried to save it. We got to do a better job there.
Brian, you talk so much about resilience.
Yeah.
Is going into Washington, is that really a test of that resilience that you talk about?
Well, I think anytime you lose in this league, you have to be resilient. Particularly, last few weeks we've lost some games, haven't had the results we want. So again, you don't make any excuses. You own it, and everything starts with me. And then we get ready to get to work for the next week. There's really no secret thing to just flip it right away. The guys are doing what we're asking them to do. We just got to do a little bit better, all of us.
You guys give up 253 yards rushing.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
It's a lot of yards rushing. Yeah, we got to do better there.
Why though? I mean, it seems like.
Well, I think the flow of the game.
It seems to be against that edge. Like, why can't you protect the edge on the?
Well, I think the flow of the game. It's a collective. It's a collective stat too. When you're down, what you're down. I mean, they didn't run the ball too much at halftime. Would they have 8 runs or something like that? Which we talked about at halftime. We knew it would be probably flip a little bit. And they're a good running team. And I think Jalen made a few plays with his legs on some zone reads. And the backs are good. They're a good team. They block it well up front. So way too many yards.
You gave up some real chunk plays in the passing game. The third down.
Yeah.
Things. With guys who you have to play with.
Yeah.
Is it a situation where there's too many holes that you're trying to patch up here?
No excuses. They played good. They made some good throws and catches, and give them credit.
Would you like to make it more difficult, though? Is what I'm saying. Make them not throw a 40-yard pass or a 35-yard pass. Make them kind of earn their way down the field instead of just throwing it over the top and running into the end zone.
Absolutely. Yeah.
On the touchdown pass to Devontae, when Julian coming over the top, what in that situation, what do you want him to do, and how should he play that?
I think he thought he had it. We try to go high point the ball. I think he thought he had it when he came over to the bench. I asked him, I said, "What'd you see?" He's like, "I thought I had it." Devontae made a good play. We missed out on it, and big touchdown.
Brian, no player likes to lose. This kind of loss is pretty much beat down. That can be demoralizing. Are you concerned that the guys in there are demoralized?
No. Again, it's hard to remain consistent after poor results. But I think that's something that we've stressed since day one. There's no room for excuses or a bunch of explanations. We got beat. They outcoached us. They outplayed us, and we got to get ready to go soon. The season's winding down here, and we got an important one on Sunday.
What happened with Ballinger? Did he get re-injured, or he just couldn't go when he came back in?
No, I think he got re-injured. He came back. They looked at him, and then he went back. He's pretty sore. I don't want to say. I think it was ribs, but I don't want to. I didn't talk to the trainers, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Is it unusual to play a team 2 weeks after you've played them before? Are you used to that in terms of preparation for them?
Yeah, I think. Being in the league as long as I've been in the league, I'm sure there's certain times, but none of that really matters. It's get back to work, and you just prepared for that team. They had a bye week, so they haven't had an opponent. So it'll be a big one on Sunday night.
Coach, Boston Scott got you a few times, pretty good returns. One big one after you guys cut it to 21-7. Was that planned, those shorter kicks, or was there something Graham was coming up short?
Yeah, no, it wasn't necessarily planned. We got to do a good job of getting off blocks and running down in our lanes and making tackles.
This is now 1 win in 6 games. What do you attribute the sputtering down the stretch to for the team?
I just look at this game, Jordan. Just like in the beginning of the year, I don't think one game does anything to the next. I really don't think it does when you lose. You got to play well. You got to coach well. So we'll have a big game against Washington, and that's where our focus is going to need to be.
I know we talked about the consistency and staying consistent, but how do you tell these guys, no matter what happened the last couple of weeks, it's all right in front of us and reset? How do you communicate that to them?
Just like that. Yeah. Just honest and,
You want me to do it?
No. Look, guys, losing sucks. You put a lot into it. And look, we got beat. There's no other way to talk about it. We got beat in every area. They're a good football team, and you think about it tonight. And do the things you need to do to move on tomorrow and get ready to play Washington.
Daniel, their defense is pretty strong all year out there. Did you see anything different than what you had expected coming in and preparing for the game?
No, nothing different, especially different really. They're a good team, fast and physical, and execute their assignment. So credit to them, but they played well today.
Daniel, when you guys get down in the hole like you did today, does that affect what you guys are trying to do offensively, you think, against them, and give them an advantage, and you're down 14, and then it kind of balloons from there?
I think it can. It can affect what we're doing, and we can't afford to get off to a slow start like that. We didn't do much those first 2 drives and fell behind. So, we gotta do something to catch ourselves and make a play and get going. So it was disappointing we weren't able to do that. But I think when you get down in a game like that, it can affect how you approach it.
Did those 2 sacks in the first drive sort of, send a message from them or cause you guys to have to make some adjustments earlier than you had planned?
They're a good rush. They're good up front. We knew that going into the game. So, I don't think that changed anything we were doing or changed our approach going forward at that point. So, we just gotta find a way to make a play. Find a way to score some points and get going a little earlier in the game.
Do you think this kind of loss can help the team get an honest assessment of where they are in trying to make the playoffs?
I think it can. I mean, they're a good team. Philadelphia is a really good team, and you know, we could see today we aren't where we need to be yet. But at the same time, we did some things well we can build off of. But you know, we got to come back to work and come back ready to go. I think, you know, no one's losing confidence. No one's pointing fingers or anything like that. I think we're just getting back ready to work and looking forward for this, you know, huge opportunity for us against Washington.
Yeah, you played Washington last week. You got them next week. Have you ever played a team so close together? And if so, does it help or not a big deal in terms of preparing for them the second time?
Yeah, I mean, I think it can help. You know, to have played them recently, you got the game to look back on and study what they did and what they had success with, and then, you know, areas where we had success. So I think that's helpful. You got to be able to adjust and get a feel for what they're doing and their plan. Each game's different, so we'll understand that, but certainly be prepared going in.
How do you reset after one like this and get ready for, as you said, a huge opportunity next Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got to be very honest about what it is that we didn't do well today and what led to the result. But at the same time, you know, we got to correct that and then move forward and move past it. Understand that you know, no one's going to feel sorry for us. No one's going to. You know, it's up to us to fix it and to move forward. And you know, everything we want to achieve is still out in front of us, and the guys understand that. You know, I'm confident we'll bounce back and have a great week of practice and prepare to play well on Sunday night.
Dan, you have a lot of young guys in the locker room. You're 4 years in. For some guys, this is the first time they've experienced a loss like this. Do you feel it's like your responsibility this week to kind of get a temperature check on them to make sure the confidence level stays up?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think we got a lot of leaders in our locker room, a lot of guys who've been around at least a few years, and you know, can help everyone out and help everyone understand that, you know, like I said, everything's still out in front of us. It was a tough one today for us. We didn't play well enough, but at the same time, there's another opportunity next week, and that's what's most important now is how we you know, fix this, how we clean this up, and then how we move forward. So. You know, I know guys will be preaching that message, and you know, I'm confident we'll have that mindset going in.
It seemed like there was a little bit of uncertainty as to whether or not Saquon was going to go today. When you found out he was going, I mean, how does that? But also, Dave said he wasn't going to put him on a pitch count, but it was going to kind of be worked in. You know, with the other guys, how does it affect you guys offensively, knowing that the last couple of days have kind of been up in the air? He was questionable. You're not sure what you're going to get out of him today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it affected us too much. I think you know, we were you know, ready either way if he played or if he didn't. You know, and gonna approach a game similarly. So the guys who have stepped in, Breida and Gary, have done a really good job when he hasn't been able to go. So. You know, we had confidence in them, but obviously happy he was out there for us today, and yeah, I don't think it changed a whole lot.
What was your impression of just watching Jalen Hurts, just how good he is at this point in his career?
Yeah, he played well. He, you know, made a lot of good decisions. You know, made plays with his arm, made plays with his legs, and kept the offense going. So. Yeah, he's playing at a really high level right now.
Daniel, Jordan just said it's the first time in his career he's ever had, you know, this late a season, really something to play for yourself. How does it feel as a team to still know 4 games left and you guys control your own destiny? Yeah, it's exciting. There's a lot of guys who haven't experienced that, you know, and so that hunger and you know, the opportunity that's in front of us to get to the playoffs and you know, play these meaningful games here down the stretch is an awesome opportunity. So we're excited. You know, everyone's gonna be excited. We got to bounce back from this one, take what we can from it, but move on and get ready to play our best game on Sunday night. Julian, what happened with that DeVonta Smith touchdown?
You know, made a great break on the ball. Thought I had it.
And just in that situation, I either got to take him out or just high point it. And so, yeah, I judged it. I thought, well, it's just like I got to go up and get it.
Is that on your mind when you're in that situation? I know it's a split-second thing, but you've seen penalties called in that situation where if you try to take him out, that may be a penalty. Do you factor that in that split second, or is it just make the play in the moment?
Yeah, I'm like, I read it perfectly. I thought ball was in the air, thought it was slightly overthrown, and so I thought I had an easy just catch it opportunity. I realized, his positioning, I just misjudged, and so in that situation, I got to make contact and go and get it.
Julian, this team has exceeded expectations this season, but obviously facing a team like the Eagles serves as a test. What does the result say about the team?
Yeah, sometimes you get your ass beat. That's just as simple as it is. But we can't let this fester, really. We got to go in tomorrow, make corrections, and then our morale has to stay high because it's been high all year. That's what has brought close games, home for us. And so, yeah, that's kind of the story. That's the message is we got to correct this. It sucks. You're going to feel, a little bit hurt. But you got to bounce back because we got important stuff in front of us still.
Have you ever played against a team so close, like Washington last week? You got them coming up next week. And what does that do for you preparation-wise?
I can't remember if I've ever had it this close together, especially division games. But, yeah, I think they're fresh on your mind. And so we left some stuff out there last week that we had to make opportunities on this week. And so it's a big week of prep for us.
This being the first time you've seen the Eagles live, how good are they in your estimation? Just watching them up close and personally.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're pretty balanced across the board. There was opportunities from plays from a few of us early in the game, and that's kind of been the story of that Eagles team. And so we got to make the plays because then when that happens, then they get a lead and we're stressing to make plays then at that point. And so we got to keep the offense on the field. Defense has to get off the field much sooner. And, yeah, they're a good team.
Julian, you played against Jalen last year. Compare him somewhat from last year to this year. It seems like he's made a huge step forward.
Yeah, I think their play calling has really stepped up, allowing him some good reads when it's time to run. Obviously, he's dangerous with his legs. They have a good back to complement the run game, and then you add a guy like A.J. Brown, it changes things. And so, yeah, their team is pretty balanced, and thankfully we have another shot at them.
Julian, you said obviously you know what's in front of you. You guys know what's at stake next week in Washington. At least you do. I mean, as a locker room, is there an emotional component to this right now that if it's not overnight into tomorrow where, like you said last week, there are leaders in this locker room to kind of make sure everybody knows what's at stake here?
Yeah, I mean, this is an emotional game. You work your ass off, you put your heart out there, and sometimes a result isn't what you want. I mean, that's life, and it's a good depiction in the game of football. And so for us, we prepared hard all week, and we fell very much short today. But that's the life of an NFL player. That's the life of an NFL team. And so for next week, you got to pick yourself up, fill the tank back up, and go at it again. That's why we're out there. Not only for what we do on the field, how physical we are, all that stuff, all the talents, all the gifts we have, but the mental fortitude we have as well. And so that is what this team is, and so that's what you're going to see next week.
Julian, back in September, you had high praise for Daboll and the culture he had created, in the building. What did he say to you after that play with Smith, or if anything at all?
He said, "What happened?" I told him I thought I had it, and he's like, "Okay." And that's pretty much it. I mean, I've said it before. The best players have to make plays, or best players have to play the best. And in that situation, I got to make the play. That helps our team. That changes things drastically. You'll know where the game could be. There's a few plays out there that, if we make the play, things change. And I wish I could be perfect. I misjudged it. And, I'm going to be working on that in practice this next week.
Do you think that deficit in the first half was just too much to overcome?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough when you're playing, by a lot of people, the best team in the league. You can't get down. You got to keep the game close. And so we've been doing that all year, keeping games close, and we let up some big plays early on all three phases of the game, really, to let that thing get out of hand. And so that's what it is. We have to start much faster next week.
Take a couple more.
Julian, I know you guys aren't using injuries as an excuse, but we know that you don't have Leo, you haven't had Adoree, you haven't had Xavier, so this isn't the same defense that was together, a month ago. Is there any sense that you guys can find something, maybe get a couple of those guys back in the stretch run and make a difference?
I'm not sure. I just try to be available and be out there. But guys, the game of football, it's violent, and so we took some tough breaks these past few weeks. And yeah, we hope you guys can get back out there, but we can't bank on that. The mentality really is help isn't on its way. Like everyone who's up, everyone who's playing needs to play because you're not going to get bailed out. And so that's kind of the energy and the mindset we have is, yeah, we want some guys to come back. I want some guys to get healthy. But you got to do it yourself. And so that's what we're preaching right now in the locker room.
Last one, if there is one.
Is this still a playoff team in your mind?
Yeah, without a doubt. Listen, I haven't been in this position with 4 games left. I haven't been in this position to control my destiny, to control our destiny. And we got to that juice has remained in the building. The energy has remained in the building, which is great. We're not depleted in there. And so, yeah, we got to shake this one off. But we have 4 games in front of us, and starting with this next one against Washington, that is what you want. Is when you grow up as a kid, you want games that are, everything's on the line. And so that's how we're treating it.
How do you feel about that?
Pretty good. Came out the game pretty well. Obviously disappointed in the outcome, but it's really good.
How limited were you, or were you limited at all in your mind?
I wasn't limited. I think it was part of just the game plan. Obviously we got down. I know that we wanted to get the rotation going, and Gary and Brita went there and did a great job too. So, but for me, obviously everyone knows my neck kind of tweaked or whatever in practice earlier in the week. Was limited all week, but was able to pass the test and was able to get out there.
Any doubt?
Did you have to fight your way in the lineup? Like, did they talk to you about holding you out? Did you say, no, I want in?
It kind of was up to, it was last minute with the neck. Just the only thing I did was just continue to rehab it all week and trust the doctors, trust the trainers. They kept telling me if it keeps getting better, I'll get a shot and get a chance. And woke up this morning and I feel like I was ready to go, and the doctor agreed with me and let me go.
Does it feel worse now?
No.
Did it affect you or anything in any way?
No.
Any doubt you'll be ready for next week?
Huh?
Any doubt? That's a big game next week. Any doubt you'll be ready?
No doubt.
How's your shoulder? It looks like you took a hard hit.
Yeah, I landed. Someone landed on it, but I think it was Fletch, but it wasn't nothing like anything crazy. Good run, landed, got 4 or 5 yards. Came out the game for a little bit for a player or two, part of the rotation, and that's really was it.
You think net related Saquon to the shoulder you were dealing with early in the season?
I wouldn't say that, but you never know. Could be, but I can't give you a definitive answer on that. Say that's the reason why, but just happened to practice and was able to rehab it all week and was able to come out here and play.
You guys have lost some games here recently, but not like this. Does this one feel different? Is it more significant than the
Yeah, I mean, gotta have point, but you can find beauty in everything. I really believe in that, and we gotta double down. We gotta come in, gotta prep better, gotta practice better. Everything we want is still in front of us. We got a big one next week. Obviously, everyone knows about that, and we just gotta come out ready to play.
Does it tell you anything, this game, about how much more work this organization has to get to that level where you guys want to be at?
No, I mean, we have talent. We have talent in this locker room. We put ourselves in a really good position to play meaningful football in December, and everything we want is still in front of us. And they were the better team today. They got the best of us. They're a heck of a team. They were playing really well, but it's a long season, and everything we want is in front of us. So we got a big one coming this weekend. We just got to focus on watching film, put it behind us, and get ready.
What makes you think you have the talent to play with them or beat them after what just happened out there today?
That's the NFL. Everyone's talented. Clearly they did a really good job today. Like I said, they whooped our ass. But the reason why I believe, because
one, I know the talent and I know the men that we have in our locker room, and I know the hard work that they put in and prep that we put in, and we're going through a rough patch right now. We're not playing well. That's it. It's on us. We got to play better. But we've showed what we can do. We played against some really good teams early in the season, and we beat some really good teams, and that's the reason why we're in this position to be able to put ourselves in the tournament, put ourselves in where everyone's goal is, and to be in the playoffs and play meaningful games in December. And if we weren't talented and we weren't a good team, we wouldn't be in this situation, and we are. So now we got to double down, continue to believe in each other, and it starts with all of us. It starts with myself, starts with the leaders, and get ready to come out this week and get ready for a big game.
Was 20 snaps the limit today, or could you have played more than that if the game were close?
Could have played more than that.
Obviously, every game is important. Was there any thought on you not being 100% stakes in next week's game to sit out today, or is that not in your mind?
No, not in my mind. Every game's important. I was ready. I was ready to go, but obviously the game plan and just the way the game played out, that wasn't the case.
Were you the one who wanted to, which is how you said, you wanted to come in that one series in the third, and then from there you didn't play?
Coach told me we're going to go with GB and Breida. I just try to be a good teammate, be supportive. And, that's really what it is. I really don't know what to balance. It's like if I don't play enough, I got to answer those questions. If I play too much, I got to answer those questions. I'm not really directly coming at you, but I don't know what you guys really want from me with the answers on that. But it was part of the game plan. Obviously, I would love to play a lot more. The reason why I didn't play as much was not because of my neck. The Eagles played great. We got whooped. We just got to do better as a team, and it starts with the leaders and it starts with myself.
Last week you played Washington. Next week you play Washington. Last week you played Washington. Next week you play Washington. You ever play two teams that close together, and does it help or hinder your preparation?
No, never. I don't think it hinders it. It's part of it. We didn't make the schedule. The schedule made that way. Can't make any excuses. We just gotta go. We gotta be ready. That's all it is. Gotta do the little things better. Gotta double down every single thing. That if we want to accomplish what we can accomplish, and all of our goals are still in front of us, we just gotta come out. It's a big week. Every week's a big week, and it's getting deep in the season, and we just gotta continue to get healthy, trust the system, trust each other, and the rest will play out how we want it if we do that.
Why do you think the team has hit this rough patch? Why do you think that's happened?
Every team kind of goes through adversities, or most teams go through adversity throughout the season, and we haven't. What are we? The last 3-1 in the last 4 or 5 games or whatever. So that's why I would say call it a rough patch, I guess you wouldn't call it adversity throughout our season. And we started off really hot, and now we got to figure it out. That's life. That's football. That's in anything. It's in my job. That's in your profession. That's in someone outside's profession. You're gonna have your ups and downs, but it's who you are in those moments. And what a better opportunity to, after the game, get embarrassed on TV in front of everyone, and everyone outside of us is the sky's falling. What better opportunity to come in and go against a divisional opponent, go to their home and try to come out with a win.
Saquon, how did it happen in practice?
Huh?
How did it happen in practice today?
Just a regular play, caught the ball, tagging off, kind of spun out of it, and something just flared on my neck. But hey, everything happens for a reason. I'm just happy that I'm healthy. I was able to go today. Like I said, I would love to have played more, but I look forward to the next opportunity, and I'm probably pretty sure I have more of a bigger role for the next game.
You played Washington last week. You got Washington this week. You ever play opponents that close together before, and what does it do to your preparation?
You prepare the same every week. Last time we tied, we didn't really like that result. I didn't like that result personally. You just got to go out there and do your job a little better, and the results will change.
They didn't do anything you didn't expect, correct?
No, they were better on this Sunday. We see them again. Our focus goes to Washington now, don't want to tie that game again. You want to win that game. Everybody just got to know what their job is and do it.
How do you recover this team from being humbled the way you were today?
Excuse me?
How does the team recover psychologically from being humbled?
You feel it. It was embarrassing, but you feel the loss, and you let it feel you as a player, as a person. You have pride, and you know if you did your job or not. If you need to study a little more, get your body ready a little more. Little things like that. So you just feel it as a competitor. You don't really hold on to it.
Dexter, why were they so successful in the second half running the ball?
We just wasn't. They just outplayed us. We wasn't in the right positions to make plays, and they found it and they attacked it. So.
Day like today, just so few things went right. I mean, I'm sure in your wildest dreams you can't imagine giving up 48 points. As a defense, how do you swallow this one?
Yeah, we got to go back, see what we did wrong, come together as a team, and just watch the film, and just see what we got to correct, and try to come back, focus on next week.
I know it's shortly after the game, but is there something in particular that really disappoints you that you say, like, how in the world did we not get that done?
Yeah, man, we just feel like everyone was fighting out there. We was trying to compete, play hard, try to get a win, but at the end of the day, they ended up with the upper hand. All due respect to them, great team. They play well together, and we just got to come back harder, and just focus on little things we got to correct and turn it around.
You knew that they were 11-1 for a reason. Their weaponry is very high profile. I guess they really showed that to you today as well. Maybe even better than what the film showed.
Yeah, for sure. We knew they had weapons all over the field. They had a good O-line that worked together great, and great quarterback. So we just try to play our best, and now we gotta move on next week.
You got a couple of sacks. I mean, personally speaking, I know it's not exactly a salve for the wounds now, but that's something to build on for you.
For sure, man. Just try to come in here every Sunday and every opportunity I get, whatever day it is, to play another game and take full advantage of it, and try to be my best out there and try to push others out there with me and just try to get everyone going on a positive way.
How much did you guys miss Leonard Williams? You're going to probably get him back for Washington next week, I would think.
Yeah, man. We miss him a lot, man. We need him, man. I can't wait to get back.
This pass rush, nonetheless, did show some signs. I mean, that's also something you can look forward to.
Yes, sir, man. We just continue to improve. That's the main thing. Just try to get better and make an impact anytime we're trying to win. That's the end of the goal. We just want to win. So whatever we could do to win the next game, is what we want to do.
Thank you.
What was it about their rushing attack, Azeez? Now that you saw him on the field, it seemed to take that made it difficult to defend.
Yeah, I just feel like they blocked us well. They schemed us. They knew what they were doing. They got the edge on us.
And with Hurts there, you face running quarterbacks, but he's almost like a running back, right, with his power and everything. Yeah. How does he kind of adjust your equation when you're trying to stop him and a running back like Sanders, who's one of the better ones in the league?
Yeah, you just got to play your best. You got to play the technique that we're supposed to play to stop them because, they both are great at running the ball, so you just got to be sound when you're playing them.
Does it feel like perhaps you guys are searching with trying to rediscover what it is that got you to 6-1-7? You haven't won in 4 games. Do you feel like there's a sense of searching here?
DJ at the podium. But no, I would definitely say it's not really searching. It's just kind of keeping that same commitment to the grind. As the season goes on, you kind of you coast and you get comfortable, right? So now it's just getting back to what we know and getting back to the six pack, to the things that got us here.
Do you think this team got comfortable?
I wouldn't say we got comfortable. We definitely didn't make the plays we needed to make. So I leave it all to execution. We're a hard-fought team. It's just things we got to clean up.
How much does this show you that you have a significant ways to go? This is obviously but record-wise the best team in the league, and they just handled you pretty easily.
Yeah, they definitely they had us outmanned, and they made plays. You can't really take anything from them. They're a great team, and the proof is in the pudding.
Is losing like this to a division rival, does it feel worse than losing like this to somebody else?
I'm a rookie, so I don't think I'm the best guy to ask. But definitely any loss for me hurts. I'm a guy who gotta keep getting better, and even if you have a good game on a terrible loss, it don't matter. It's a terrible loss, and that's the only thing it's the only taste you got in your mouth. So just to continue to get better. That's the only thing. Me individually getting better, watching more tape. Us as a team getting in with each other and watching tape, and just getting better as a collective.
I know technically it's not a winning in next week or a losing out situation, obviously, but in your mind, if you guys,
it's not a winning in
it's
and
not
losing
right.
out.
Correct. Things can still happen. Right? But in your mind, like in essence, do you guys have to win that game to make the playoffs?
You got to win every one. I feel like we're at the point in the season when you lose, you out. So if you ask me, I was scared about this game, but obviously I don't know, how the playoffs work, but I'm definitely put everything out there to go win the next one.
What did you say you have to get back? You said you get back to the six-pack? Did I hear you?
Yeah, just back to the fundamentals and the things that it takes to win games. There is no reinventing the wheel, right? Where every team knows what it takes to win. It's just about what team executes.
Kayvon, do you think a loss like this makes it more difficult to move forward, or makes it kind of just want to push this away and it's not as difficult?
I mean, you got two choices in life, right? You either spend more time on the problem or you spend time on the solution. And right now, I think we're more focused on the solution, so we're just going to keep pushing.
Fabian, when things are rolling downhill as they were today and nothing seems to be going right, how hard is it to try to stop the snowball?
I mean, just got to move on to the next play and take each play as a team play.
Was there any point during the game where you guys just started to really feel the pinch and it became even more difficult to do that, to bounce back?
Like I said, we just got to take it play by play and flush the last play and move on to the next one.
As a veteran who's been around this league for a while, and I'm sure you've had some bad games as a team and had losing streaks, how do you flush this? How do you turn it around for a very important game next week?
Well, we have a big opportunity next week, and we know that, and we just got to take full advantage of this week to prepare and get ready for it.
Were there any positives from this game that you think you guys can be able to use?
I mean, it was a big game, and we made it. Defense made some good plays, offense made some good plays, special teams made some good plays. We just got to learn from those, flush the bad ones, and move on to the next.
It did look like the pass rush had some teeth today. You guys did get after Hurts some. Yeah. That's got to be a positive.
Yeah, I mean, they get after the quarterback every week, and just love playing behind them.